All right, so here we are. I decided I would do an actual demonstration video of using the cross-listing app, the cross-listing tool within Sidekick Tools. So I'm just going ahead here, creating a listing. I've got these men's pants that I'm going to do. So you pop in your photos there, very quick and easy. That's no problem at all. And yeah, now, really I just need to make sure that I'm making a good title. I want to make sure that I'm using all 80 characters or very, very close to it as much as I can. Put as much information in your title, be as descriptive as you can. Bad titles are just hilarious. There are times where I just will not buy something because the title is just terrible. And I think that if they put this little detail in their title, they probably are missing something. As you can see, I just made a sale on eBay. At the top of the screen there, I sold Blaster Master for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Pretty cool. That is going to Germany, which might be an issue. I've heard a couple of rumblings throughout the eBay reseller universe where I guess shipping to Germany can be an issue. I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. We'll find out. So yeah, I'm just working on my title here, making sure that I put in new with tags. I put in that price. So these pants originally, they came from a thrift store that gets its merchandise from northeastern U.S., like the New England area. So I know that these tags are all in U.S. pricing. So I always put in, new with tags, $65 USD, and then I want that to be there so that people know how much of a deal they're getting by buying it from me on eBay or Poshmark. And yeah, just making sure I put in that wrinkle resistant thing and getting the sizes and stuff. Taupe is one of those weird colors that doesn't really have a perfect color in the in both eBay and Poshmark. So as you'll see down below, I'll have to kind of go with tan or beige or something like that. But for the description, I decided I would click on the little thing there to get SEO optimized description. Sometimes these come out a little bit too AI sounding. I don't think this one's too bad, actually. So I'm going to go with it. Let's get some hashtags in there as well, some good keywords and whatever. So I'm going to let it go. Typically, I would just put the title again and then a couple of sentences of redescribing condition or see measurements in pics or something like that, but whatever. In this first section, since this isn't actually specific to either platform yet, you don't really have to put a price in here. I think I'm doing it anyway, just kind of for my own purposes. I don't know, demonstration purposes, but yeah, putting in brand and stuff. A lot of this stuff is just helping to fill out those basic pieces of info that are then going to pull through when you get into the specifics for the platform you're using. So yeah, I went with tan. Taupe is kind of a beigeish tan color, and sometimes or a gray, and sometimes even with a little hint of a green in there. So it's really hard to narrow it down and put in just one color, but whatever. So here, the SKU thing under the secondary details. So this is like your custom SKU field in eBay. And so for me, I'm just looking at my other phone during this, blank, nothing happening on the screen. On my other phone, I've got a photo of, my handwritten list of my drops for each day, what box they're in. So I'm looking it up and I know that it's in box 68, and I've got this photo with the bag and the weight as well. So I know it's in box 68, bag 502. I can find that really easily later on when this sells. And I don't think I bothered putting any tags in this point here because, this is just the basic thing. I'll put this in the Poshmark thing. But yeah, so at the top, I could have done this earlier, but I'm going to select Poshmark and eBay. And now it's just going to generate some fields specific to those platforms. And yeah, so we'll go down below, and I think that the first one we get to is Poshmark. So yeah, Poshmark now, all this stuff's already in there, obviously. The only thing I'm going to change here, I'm going to put some style tags. because, you know, might as well. You can use up to 3 style tags in Poshmark. You might as well fill those in. So I think I do business, casual, office, and maybe relaxed fit. I don't remember. I'm doing my voiceover here a few minutes later, so I could be wrong about that. No, I got it right. Okay, cool. And then yeah, so when you get to pricing, am I at that point? Yeah, when you get to pricing, you have to put in round like even dollar amounts in Poshmark. I put the .00 here so that just down below here it calculates what you're going to earn properly. I have found if you don't put the .00, it doesn't calculate that properly down below. Not a big deal. I mean, I kind of know what I'm going to earn anyway, but that's a nice little built-in feature. And yeah, so now we're on the eBay stuff. Category. So I clicked in here hoping there was a spot that I could put my store category. So having an eBay store, I've created, some groupings, some store categories that kind of helps me, group my listings and keep things organized. And unfortunately, it doesn't appear that you can access those through this tool just yet. It's not a big deal. You can very, very quickly and easily go in and modify your listing on eBay once this is done. And the only other thing that I've found is that it doesn't appear that there's a way to promote your listing on eBay. So, for example, like all of my eBay listings, I do at least 3% promotion, and I don't see how I access that here. Again, not a big deal. It's a very, very quick thing. Jump on eBay afterwards. But yeah, and oh yeah, now I'm looking up material content. This was one thing that when I made my first video, my first impression review video, I didn't see that at first, but I did end up correcting myself in that video and was able to find it. And so it is in there, which is nice, because especially for clothing. But yeah, so this is pretty much going to be it. I'm just putting in a couple of specifics there. Like, want to make sure I mention it's wrinkle resistant. That is a huge thing with these kinds of things. You can go in and put your shipping policy, which is really nice. And let's see. Maybe I've passed over that. No, here we are. Yeah, so my shipping policy, I've got flat rate shipping set up with a rate table and everything for packages under 2 kg, and I can do the require immediate payment on buy it now, which is nice. I don't have exact dimensions of the finished package here, but I know it's going to fit in a small poly mailer, and it's going to be approximately the dimensions I just put in there. And I've got the weights in my photos as well, and I put that right in the listing. I don't even care. And then I just add a tiny little bit to allow for a poly mailer and a label. And that's about it. So I think I'll put in my pricing here. Overall, this is pretty easy. I don't know that it saves me a ton of time, like I mentioned before, where I've just got the 2 platforms, but this was pretty good. So, once you publish it, it only takes about a minute maybe, and you can run this in the background like it says once it pops up here, but it doesn't take all that long. So I just kind of let it go to see how long it would take. And yeah, that's about it. So after this, I just go in and, on my eBay listing, add my store category of pants and promote it by the 3% I normally do. And that's it. So pretty easy to use. I like this tool. So yeah, anyway, here's a little demo for you today, and thanks for watching.